4th and goal to go to 2. 34 seconds left to go in the ball game. This is the play right now. Takes the snap. Targeted goes in. Targeted all alone. And the quarterback keeps. Wow, what a call. Nobody touched him.
Here is Jeff, the host of the Gridiron.
All right. Welcome to the Gridiron, baby. If you can give this video a thumbs up or maybe share this video, that would be absolutely freaking phenomenal. If you subscribe to my channel, thank you. Nah, please go down below, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon. That way next time I go live or if I put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge. It's totally free of charge. What do you got to lose? But if you are subscribed to my channel, thank you. If you want to help support my channel out, very top link in the description box takes you to my membership page. I got 3 different membership levels. Each one has their own little perks to them. So once again, if you want to help support my channel out, it would mean so much to me. And I thank you in advance. Once again, thank you. And then finally, just underneath that, there's another link. Takes you to my Facebook group. It's called the New York Giants, The Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. We have over 10,700 members in the group, and it is doing simply marvelous, might I add. Basically, if I'm alive and breathing, and if I got internet access, I am putting stuff in this group darn near 365. It's called the New York Giants, The Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. Please join it. You will not be dissatisfied. I promise. Well, it's like, what do you got? I guess General Hospital, Young and the Restless, Days of Our Lives. As the New York Football Giants turn. Every day it's another little part of the soap opera here. And so it was kind of inevitable. Of course, at the end of the season, there will be more changes being made. I can't humanly possibly imagine how Bowen could be, keep his job. The secondary is just underperforming as well. I don't know how anybody in the secondary coaches are going to keep their jobs either, but that's, I guess, apparently something we're going to do at the end of the season. The one thing, that makes a lot of sense what they're doing now is elevating Kafka. Is regardless, the Giants are going to have to do a head coaching search. It's like, just say, we got 7 games left. Now, of course, next week's home against the Packers. The Packers are going to be pissed off because they just lost to the Eagles. The Packers only put up 7 points. So the Packers are going to be pissed. They need a win because they're trying. Let me see here. NFL standings, because all of a sudden, let's go 2025 NFL standings. Because a couple weeks ago, the Packers were, it's the funniest thing. It's like you see all these, you get these Facebook. Yep, there you go. Yep. You get these Facebook groups, and somehow I started seeing a bunch of for NFC North in Facebook group, and all they do is pick on each other. It's like a bunch of romper room kids just getting, like 5-year-old kids just picking on each other and everything. And of course, all the Packer fans were, we're 5-1-1. We're like number 1 seed with this and with that, and blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden, the Packers went from number 1 in that division. I think even like in the number 1 seed, because they only had the 1 loss. They had the tie, but they only had the 1 loss. Now they're number 3 in their division. Okay. Now, obviously, maybe a good chance. Well, let's see. What do we got here? As far as playoffs, right? Because nobody in the NFC East is coming out except the Eagles. Eagles won a division. They're lock, stock, and barrel. The only thing you don't know with the Eagles is that will they be the number 1 overall seed? But the Eagles won the NFC East, right? They're now 7-2. They locked it up. Bam! They got the win. They're once again the back-to-back. The Eagles broke the streak. Eagles officially broke the streak. They are the first NFC East team in about 800 years to win the division back-to-back. So congratulations to the Eagles. The only thing I said, will the Eagles be the number 1 overall seed? Well, we'll have to wait and see. But let's see. The Buccaneers, the Panthers are 5-5, but the Buccaneers are 6-3. Then there's 3 teams in the NFC West. So the Packers, they went for like the number 1 seed. Now they're the 3rd team in their freaking division at 5-3-1. The Lions and the Bears are both 6-3. Okay, so coming up, I mean, the Packers cannot ill afford to lose a game to the Giants. They got to win this one. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about this. They put up a good 7 points, and they didn't score until like 5 minutes left to go in the football game. And they were driving down the field. They had the ball in their own. I watched the game. I don't watch the Eagles. I'm not wasting 3 hours of my life, whatever I got left, watching the pack of faggots bang each other in the ash while doing the tush push. You got to be kidding me. But just follow a little bit on ESPN. So the Packers had the ball, and somehow they managed to fumble it, and the Eagles wanted to recover it, and the game was over. But they're going to be really pissed off. So they don't want to go 4-1 because that one, okay, that tie is huge for the Packers because it's one less loss they don't have, but it's one less win they have. So they lose to the Giants, they're only going to have 5 wins. There's a whole slew of teams. They're 5-4-1. So they've played all the games so far. It's not like they only have 5 wins and they haven't had their bye week yet. No, they played every week. They're 5-3-1. I'm sorry, they did have their bye. Okay, so but still, if they win, if they play next week and they still only have 5 losses, still a long way to go. But they don't want to. They don't want to. Lose to the Giants, not the lonely Giants. I mean, it's like the same thing like with the Eagles. The Eagles lost 2 games all year. One was to the Giants, but the Eagles don't want to lose. The Packers don't want to lose to the Giants. But anyway, the one nice thing, is what the Giants are doing right now as far as getting rid of Daboll is putting Kafka in there. Let's see what Kafka can do. We have 7 games left to go. I mean, I'm just saying. We got 3 tough games. We got the Packers, the Lions, and the Patriots. So we could be 2-11. Then we have some easy games. No, it's never easy. The Giants could be playing a high school team, and we'd find a way to lose it. So it's not so much easy. But Giants then have, I think they're playing the Commanders, the Vikings, and the Vikings are like the Vikings like a heartbeat. One week they're playing in San Diego and they lose 812-0. Then the next week they go on the road somehow and they wind up beating Detroit, and then they wind up they get pummeled. So the Vikings will up and but we got to play the Raiders, we got to play the Commanders, and we got to play the Vikings. So we got 3 tough games, and we got 3 games that we may not lose by much more than like 800 points. We might only lose by a little bit. So then we got to play the Cowboys again. So out of these final 7 games, we have some games that possibly we could possibly win. So let's see what he's got. We got 7 games. We somehow go 4-3. Now, of course, the Giants, regardless, they're still going to have to do a head coaching search. It's just not like the Giants are 4-3 at the end of the season. Oh, Kafka's the coach. Here's your contract. Just sign it right there. Kafka's the new head coach of the football. No. With the Rooney Rule, right? You got who's that? Was that Floor? Who's the guy that sued the Giants? I'm sure he's not coming in, But we got to do the Rooney Rule. You got to bring a minority in, or somebody else you got to bring in, right? Now the thing is that Kafka is one of his parents, I think, is Puerto Rican. So I'm not sure, what that factors in with the Rooney. I don't know exactly, but the Giants do have to do some type of a coaching search. It's just not like the Giants are 4-3 with Kafka and Kafka's a new coach. Now they still have to, at least fake it. And as far as with the Rooney Rule, they bring in a minority. They better, if they don't plan on faking it, I'm sorry, if they don't plan on hiring the minority, they better really fake it really good, because last time they had the coaching search, I don't know. Belichick just, I have no idea. Somebody should just go and club the dude in the head with a baseball bat. But apparently, whatever, he texted Flores something or whatever, and I guess he's told him that he got the job or he didn't get the job, whatever it was. But then, of course, then Flores winds up suing the Giants and all that stuff. The Giants don't plan on hiring the minority, whoever they bring in. They better really fake it really well, because I'm sure they don't want to go through another lawsuit once again, or at least don't tell Bill Belichick about it. All right. But so the thing is that Kafka's been having, over the past couple of seasons, some coaching interviews. So there is some interest there. Now, he hasn't gotten a job, obviously, but this is last year of his contract. Now, if they're going to bring in a whole new coaching staff and all this stuff and everything, before you let Kafka go, let's see what the guy's got. We've got 7 games left to go. Everybody's familiar with him. It's not like we're bringing, he's been there for 4 years now. Everybody's familiar with him. Jaxson Dart's familiar with him. He's familiar with the organization. So there's no real huge change there. Let's see what he can do. And if he can pull off some kind of miracle here or something, well, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, the guy's smart. He's certainly obviously a little bit different than Daboll. Daboll, can go off the handle, and Kafka's kind of more even keel and everything. So, who knows? The worst can happen is that, we wind up losing some more games, and then maybe Kafka's not the guy. But wouldn't it stink to let Kafka go and he winds up getting a head coaching job someplace else, and he winds up doing well? It's like, wow, geez, maybe we should have kept him, huh? It's almost kind of like, Daniel Jones, right? So, I mean, was Daniel Jones the problem, or was it the coaching, or was it maybe the play call, Yeah. Brian Daboll couldn't make Daniel Jones work. Yeah, but he's doing all right in Baltimore. I'm an old fart. The Colts. Indianapolis, he's doing all right over there. Huh? How come he couldn't do good over here? Huh? Very interesting. So, is that coaching, or is that the player? How come the player's 8-2 at one spot, and the spot where apparently we didn't think he was any good, we're 2-8? What's going on there? Yeah. So, but I think it's, it just there's no winning culture here. I mean, there's some things. I mean, you can look at the analytics and all of that, right? After 2022, when the Giants were 9-7-1, they won. They had so many one-score games. They were very good in those one-score games, and they managed to pull them out. The thing is that after that season was over with, a lot of the analytics and all that, a lot of people came, people were saying at the rate that the Giants were winning a lot of those one-score games, that remember that year, them and the Vikings, they had a ton of one-score games between the two of them, a ton. The Vikings were winning almost all of them. The Giants were winning, But after the season was over, a lot of people were coming out saying the Giants, they won those one-score games. A lot, but they said that's not, it's hard to keep that up. Somewhere along the line, you're going to come back down to earth. It's going to level off. Whether you're going to, out of 8 one-score games, you win 4, you lose 4, whatever. You know what I mean? So if the Giants were like a 500 team at those one-score games back in 2022, they're not making the playoffs. But they just managed to find ways to win those one-score games. Well, it's very difficult to obviously maintain that. But after that, they won 6 games. I mean, a lot of it had to do with injuries. I mean, some of it's got to do, right? Our number one running back isn't there. Our number one wide receiver isn't there. Our number one quarterback went out of the game yesterday with a concussion. Now, was that, who's that, is that to blame? And of course, we lost probably 3 points on that series right there. the Giants left some points out there on the board. But that was elite because I think Dart get inside the 20-yard line when he went in and made the fumble. And of course, then he got the concussion and he came out. But I guess that, we left some points on the board. The Bears are very good at taking the ball away. But, the running of Dart, you want to let the guy do what he can do, but also you want to maybe lasso him in a little bit. Now, calling that play, was that necessary? Who knows? But I mean, to be truthful, and if there was a third quarter, and a number one quarterback goes out, a number one running back is out, a number one wide receiver is out. We certainly were hindered with injuries. But we just don't have a winning culture. It's like, it doesn't matter how much you're up by. If you got that culture of like, oh, here we go again. Hey, we're winning. Oh, but we're probably going to wind up losing the game. It's not obviously, they all say, right? Daboll says, all the coaches, it's not easy to win in the NFL, even when you have a lead. The Giants said, I'm going to go over this in a little bit here. The Giants said their chances of winning the games are astronomical in a few contests, and they managed to blow them all. But that's they don't have a winning culture. It just, when you're good and you're well coached, you find ways to win those games. And once again, the Giants blew another 2-score, 10-point plus in the fourth quarter. It wasn't like, whatever, 1 minute. The Bears scored like their last 2 times that they had the ball. And once again, the defense just walked. The defense, 50 to 55 minutes of the game. Well, let's take a look here. When did the Bears score their, what would have been their second touchdown? When did they score? Let's see here. Play-by-play, go to the fourth quarter. All right. Fourth quarter. All right, the Bears scored. They went 91 yards in 9 plays. It took them just 2 minutes. The Giants went 3 plays 4 yards. So the Bears got the ball. Let's see here. 7-yard run. Okay. So 5, 6. Okay. So literally 4 minutes left to go in the game. The Giants were winning by 10 points. That with 3:56 to go, they got a 2-yard touchdown pass. So as the clock was turning down close to 4 minutes left to go in the game, the Giants were literally up by 2 scores, and they gave up a touchdown. And once again, and they still have a lead, still up 20-17. Of course, the offense couldn't do anything. They went 3 plays, minus 8 yards on 3 plays, chewed up 1 minute of the clock, and then the Bears got the ball and went 4. Was that the 26-yard punt? Yeah, that was a 26-yard punt. Jamie Gillen punts at 26 yards. Now, usually he'll add like probably another 20 yards to that. So he could have literally kicked it to the Bears like 30 or 25, but he kicks it basically out the freaking midfield. But so the Giants allow so with 3 minutes to go, the Bears get the ball back, and they right down the field, and they scored a touchdown. Let's see. Took them a minute. So the minute 47 left to go, they give up another touchdown. So basically like 2.5 minutes or so, they gave up 2 touchdowns once again. So with 5 minutes, so what do we got? So basically the Giants defense, with 55 minutes gone of the game, have given up 10 points. 55 minutes. 11/12 of the game have gone by. 11/12. gave up 10 points. The final 1/12 of the game, they gave up 14 points. Once again, it's just unbelievable how that, they just keep every time keep joking. They can't stop a team in the fourth quarter. It's simply amazing. Absolutely, simply freaking amazing. How they can't stop anybody. They've given up. What have they given up? They gave up 33 points to Denver in the fourth quarter. They gave up 14 points here. I know they gave up, I think, 14 points to the 49ers. That was at 47, 57, 61. And then they gave up some points. 70. They might have given up like 71 points or so in the last 4 games in the fourth quarter. I mean, it's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I'm saying it just losing culture. It just it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much we're up by. That doesn't matter. Or, we are behind and we just have no way of making it back up. We were behind against the Saints. We outplayed them, but we just couldn't come back. We were behind 49ers, couldn't find a way to come back. Now, you can also look at it too, right, is that you figure against the Chargers, our offense scored 10 points. We picked 2 passes off and got points out of that. Okay. If our defense didn't pick those 2 passes off, we probably would have lost those games too. Then you look at the Eagle game. The Eagles went down. Jalen Hurts threw that interception. Flood brings it back, a good distance. Saquon knocks him out of bounds. But that basically saves the Giants. The Eagles could have scored 7 points there. Then, of course, the Eagles get the ball back once again. They're driving, and Belton punches the ball out once again. But the Eagles are driving down the field to score. I forgot what are we? So in the last 3 years, won 6, and we won 3. So we got 11 wins in the last 2.5 years. 2.5 years. Right, so we're 11. So we're 6 and 11, and 14 is 25 and 33. So we're 11 and 33. So basically, we have a 250 winning percentage. So basically, out of every 4 games, we win 1. We're 1 and 3 out of every 4 games. Play 12 games, 3 and 9. It just averages out, right? 11 and 33 we are in the last 3. Yeah, I mean, the one thing is it has shown, and it's not going to change. If things go wrong, we have no answer for it. No answer. Good coaching, you got answers. Whether it's whatever the guys you put on the field, the plays you call, whatever, the mentality of the players, whatever. Good coaching finds ways to win. Not every game, but if you're winning, 26-6 to the Broncos, or 26-6, 28-6, 26-6, 26-6, and with whatever 7-8, they find ways to win those games. It's I mean, we're beating the Cowboys, 14 seconds to go, 37-34, and we wind up losing it. With 5 minutes to go in this game, we're up 20-10. We have no answers. And, sure with Bowen, it's just a matter of time before, he's bye-bye. So, I mean, he's good as gone. I mean, that was one of the things, obviously, that Mara said last year. He said, my patience is starting to run out, and this, that, and the other thing. But he said, one thing I'm really sick and tired of seeing other teams just walk up and down the field on us. And even when they're not so much walking up and down the field on us, there are times of the game where you need a stand. And the Bears really weren't walking up. The Bears, scoring some points. That was what gave up. They're scoring like 26 points a game, I think it was, coming into this game. And I said 55 minutes in, we've only gave up 10 points. But the problem is that they're walking. The other teams are just walking up and down the field against our defense in the last quarter when we're trying to protect the lead. We just can't stop anybody. Can't stop anybody. It's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Doesn't matter who it is. We can't stop them. They just walk up and down the field. I mean, 5 minutes to go in the game, the Bears got to score. Well, I mean, they could have kicked the touchdown and a field goal, maybe put us into an overtime or something like that. But 5 minutes to go. We can't stop them from scoring 2 touchdowns. Nope, couldn't stop them. So it's just a matter. At the end of the season, I'm sure Bowen's gone. Now this as I said, it's a shame. You feel bad for the guy, but I think the guy had a 4-year contract or whatever it was. It's like I believe it's all guaranteed money. So now the guy's got what, half the season off. That feels bad. You got to know that coming in though too. There's a chance I might get fired. Yeah, so you got to know that coming in. So now the guy's got a few months off. He can relax, chill, whatever, count his money because he's getting paid. So, and then he's going to land on his feet someplace. Everybody does. McAdoo did. Shermer did. Joe Judge did. Brian Daboll, well, look what he did with Josh Allen. Hey, he might want to find a job back with the Bills. Who knows? I mean, they're struggling a little bit. They just lost to the Dolphins, which is good because now the Dolphins have 2 wins or 3 wins. So that's good. You want a crappy team like that because now the Giants, their draft pick is still right. But Daboll might find his way back in Buffalo. That's a possibility. He'll find a job someplace. I mean, he worked with New England. He worked with Saban in Alabama. He worked with Josh Allen in Buffalo. Look what he did with Jaxson Dart. He'll land on his feet someplace. He's not going to make the head coach money, but he'll find a job someplace. So, right.